Welcome to the Vibrant Health Show. Today is full of practical application, which I feel like this time of year is exactly what so many people need. So let's get started. I'm going to tag everyone. Hop on, tell me hi. How was your Thanksgiving? First thing I want to know is, did you behave yourself on Thanksgiving, or did you deviate a little more than you were expecting, right? So inside our private clients, people I work with one-on-one, I feel like it's a pretty even split down the middle. Like some people are like, I did great. I really avoided the things I was supposed to. I didn't go crazy. I feel really good about my decisions. And then the other half is like, I had really good intentions. Like I was not going to do it, but it was right there in front of me and I fell off and I had the treats and now I feel like crap, right? Like it happens. Like we know that's the reality around the holidays. So number one, I just want to know, which one are you? Did you do great? Or did you maybe slip a little farther than you expected? Either way, no judgment, just curious. But what I'm going to share with you guys today is something that you can use now after Thanksgiving, but also so you can plan ahead for the next few holidays that are coming up, right? So I'm going to share with you one of my favorite super simple 3-day resets. I use, and I have lots of different ones that I use with myself and my clients, but this one's really, really easy. I use them for so many different reasons. I use them before we go on vacation. So I want to make sure I clean everything up so that if I do have a few things while we're gone, I'm not too worried about it. I use it after vacation. I use it after holidays. I'll use it, maybe you have a holiday party coming up. You have an outfit that you want to look good in. Doing this for the 3 days leading up will help reduce inflammation. You'll feel like you're slimming down. Certainly, if you don't do so great through the holidays, you can use this 3-day reset. So you really can use this whenever and however you want. I'm just going to teach you how to use it throughout the holidays. You can also do 1 day. You can do 2 days, or you can do all 3 days, right? Sometimes 3 days is a lot for someone to commit to through the holidays. I understand. At least do 1 day, right? You could commit to 24 hours at some point in December or January to give yourself a really good reset. And the one that I'm going to share with you guys is designed to just be super anti-inflammatory, so reducing your inflammation. It is chock full of good nutrients and minerals and things that help replete your body, because a lot of the sugar and the alcohol and the processed foods that most people are eating through the holidays, you're depleting your body of so many nutrients, which is why you end up tired, or you end up feeling more moody, or even the extra stress will deplete your nutrients. So really taking 1 to 3 days to just flood your body back with good stuff is going to help you not only enjoy the holidays more, but feel better, look better, all the things we all want, just by doing a simple reset. So very, very easy. 1 day, totally doable for everybody. And I still believe after I go through it all with you, you're going to feel like, hey, I could do 3 days. It is not crazy strict. It's just really, really healthy, anti-inflammatory, low sugar, lots of great healing foods, and made in a really simple format that doesn't take a whole lot of thought process, which is what I love in busy times, right? Don't make me think about 10 different meals to make this week. I'm not going to do it. Tell me 3 or 4, maybe I can handle that, right? So we've really designed it that way too, that you can make bigger batches of things and use them a couple of days in a row. So I'm going to go through all of this with you. I did actually put the link to the document I'm going to show you guys. You have the link to that. So feel free to ask questions, but you're going to get everything that I show you just in a link that you can click on, and you can access all of this super, super easy. And then I'll also put it in the comments as well. So don't feel like you have to memorize or remember all of this. I will hand you for free all of the resources, because I just really want you guys to have practical application, things that you can walk away with today and be able to implement and do. So tell me in the comments, who is ready or willing to do a 3-day reset through the holidays? Say yes. All of you should be a yes. None of you should be a no. You're at least committing to 1 day with me, or the full 3. And some of you will use this multiple times, right? There's going to be several times you're like, oh man, I did not do great this weekend. I really should put myself back on that reset. Feel free to use it over and over and over again. It's designed exactly for that reason. So let me pull up for you, and I'm going to walk you through what the reset looks like. I'm going to screen share this with you. And remember, you're going to get this document, so don't feel like you have to remember all of this. Okay, 3-day reset. Here is all that it requires of you. We have 3 days with super simple, delicious, healthy, anti-inflammatory meals. The way this is designed is for you to be able to repeat some of these meals so that you can make a larger batch, have it in the fridge, have it for leftovers, and use it again. So it's not going to take a lot of time, effort, or planning to be able to execute this 3 days really well. So what we're doing for those 3 days, whole foods, lots of nutritious foods. We're going to rely a little bit on some smoothies, but we're also going to have meals in there. But we're really committing to sticking with these 3 meals per day, no snacking in between. And ideally, if I'm the person who's doing this, I also want my eating window to be a little bit narrower. So you want to be in a more of an intermittent fasting window. So for me, I try and complete these 3 meals between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Now that's not mandatory. You don't have to do it that way. But when I'm doing a 3-day reset, I try and keep all of my food calories between 11 a.m., 7 p.m., and then I'm fitting these 3 things in between those times. So also with any of these resets, feel free to swap them around, right? If there's something that you like better, or maybe day 2 sounds better to you and you want to start there, totally fine, right? The order is not the magic thing here. It's really just sticking to the ingredients, the foods, and making sure we're not eating more than these 3 things and keeping to these clean ingredients. So day 1, and do not turn your nose up at a butternut squash smoothie. It is way more delicious than it sounds. I encourage you, even if you're not like a squash fan, try this one anyways. You will end up really liking it. And all of the recipes are included in this document, so you don't have to think about it. But whether that sounds good to you or not, please try it. I think you will like it, even if that's not, your jam. But day 1, we start with the smoothie. Again, if it's me, I'm going to start about 11 a.m., breaking my fast with a butternut squash smoothie. The Italian chicken bowls are delicious. Now you'll notice this comes back again on day 3. So on day 1, I'm just making enough of a portion that I already have it prepped for day 3. I'm not going to remake it necessarily. I'm not going to cook again on day 3. I'm going to make sure I make enough on day 1 to have some leftovers to use again on day 3. And then we're ending our day with the strawberry butter smoothie, which is delicious. Now with these smoothies, you'll see when I show you the recipes, we're not reducing calories or nutrients necessarily. These smoothies are chock full of delicious food. It's just a simple way to make sure you're getting all of your nutrition and your protein. It's easier on your digestive system, so it's going to help with inflammation. It's going to help with digestion. So we are a little bit more smoothie heavy on these resets than I would be on a normal day, but it's designed that way on purpose. Now you can also flip-flop these. So there are some days where I just want to eat my meal at night with my family after work. So maybe I'll do 2 smoothies earlier in the day, and then I'll have my lunch meal in the evening. Totally fine. You feel free, take this format, but you can bounce it around however fits your life better. But that's day 1. Transition into day 2, the zucchini turkey box. I'll show you the recipe for that too. It's delicious. That's what we're starting with our breakfast, but you could also swap that later if you want. If you're somebody who prefers a smoothie for breakfast, great. Start with your strawberry smoothie for breakfast and then have that one for lunch. Whatever suits your lifestyle is totally fine. Just sticking with these parameters. And then ending with the avocado and steak salad. Also noticing that day 3, you have that as a repeat again. So you're making enough on day 2 to have leftovers for day 3, which means by day 3, where typically the reset gets a little bit harder. Let's be honest. Typically the first day you're like gung-ho. The second day you're like, I can do this. By day 3, you're like, okay, I think I'm ready to go back to eating some real food again. But you already have all your stuff prepped, which is going to make it more likely for you to actually continue with the reset because it's already ready, right? It's there for you. It's pre-made. You don't have to think about it. Again, that was designed on purpose. We're trying to take as many excuses away as possible. So you finish strong on day 3, which is really using up a lot of your leftovers from day 1 and day 2. I love this reset. You will end up feeling really good. You will feel less inflamed. Typically, if you have a weight loss goal, a couple of pounds will come down. You'll feel better in your clothes. This is a really simple, but it's not starvation. We're not going into major calorie deficit. We're giving the body lots of good, high quality foods, nutrient dense and anti-inflammatory. So please give it a try at least one day, but I highly encourage you to do all 3. Included in the document that I'm going to send you guys, or that you have the link for right here, it has your grocery shopping list. Listen, we truly tried to make this foolproof. Like, we're making it as easy as possible for you to be able to follow this. You have your entire grocery shopping list of what it's going to take for those 3 days. And then you have every recipe for all the things we're going to do. So you have your butternut squash smoothie, You have your turkey bacon boxes, you have your Italian chicken bowls, all of the recipes, all of your grocery shopping list, all of the things that you need to make this successful. Truly, zero excuses, right? Especially if you are the person who is not going to be perfect through the holidays. If you know there are just, for me, I always say, the things that I only have on the holidays, right? There's 2 or 3 things that are just like holiday favorites for me. I don't deprive myself and not have them. I do try and make them a little bit more healthy, but typically it's more sugar than I normally eat, or there's certain things that I wouldn't have on a regular day. But for me, to make sure it doesn't create too much inflammation, or I don't end up in a flare, or I don't feel miserable for a week, I'm always going to make sure I have planned for one of these resets after any potential times that that's going to happen. So on the actual holiday parties, vacations, travel days, any times that you are anticipating that it's going to be harder to make great food choices, that's okay. Don't stress about it. Do your best, but know that you have something like this to just clean up and bookend on the other end of it. So super easy, really effective. I really hope you guys actually try it, right? It's there. Everything is there for you. Give it a try. And I think you'll find it's a whole lot easier than we make it out to be in our minds, right? Before you get started, it feels very daunting. Once you get into it after day 1, you'll be like, that was great. I'm not even that hungry. The meals were delicious. I feel good. And you'll be much more able to go on to days 2 and 3. So tell me in the comments if you're going to try it. Remember, you have those links to access everything. In addition to that, just to give you a preview of what's coming, we are going to have an entire reset for January, which is what most people need. So keep your eyes out for that. We're going to have signups and registrations starting kind of the mid of December, but we're going to have a full reset plan for everybody in January. That will be a group reset that we'll be doing together, that will have meal plans and recipes, but we'll also add some different, exercise movements, mindset tools, hydration tips, all of the things to make sure you're really starting out the new year strong. So if you have a weight loss goal or a health goal for the New Year's, I'm going to have a package tied up with a nice tidy bow reset for you to start with, which would be a great place for everybody to kick off the year for. So just make sure you're looking out for that and that you're watching for that. But in the meantime, I want you still thinking about your health through the holidays. My husband always says the holidays combined are only a few days, right? We have Thanksgiving, depending on what holidays you celebrate, you have Christmas, you have New Year's, maybe you have 1 or 2 holiday parties in between there. So let's say 5, maybe 6 total days that you actually have something going on, but you have the rest of the month that you can still make your healthy choices, right? It's not just saying I'm going crazy for the entire month of December, I'm going to let everything fall apart. No, enjoy yourself, have fun. But on the days between those holidays, please make sure that you're prioritizing your health, because if not, what I find often year after year is people just go so crazy through the holidays that they start January feeling so sluggish, which means they tend not to get right back on track. They tend not to get right into the reset. It takes them days to recover from that. And by the time you know it, it's February and you haven't done anything yet. You haven't made any changes. You feel just as bad. The way to make sure that you're preventing that is to start making those action steps through the holidays. Protect with those resets. And then on the other side of it, make sure that you're getting registered for the January reset, that you're ready for it, and that you start it strong very first thing in the year. In the meantime, if you have not got my Healthy Holidays bundle, this is your other layer of protection, right? I just gave you a 3-day reset that you can use over and over again. That will be very helpful. But in addition to that, I've created my Healthy Holidays bundle for the things I see the most often through the holidays. So in the Healthy Holidays bundle, there is Powerful, which is my adaptogenic adrenal support. It's going to help any of the additional stressors that we're under through the holidays, which is busyness. Sometimes there's financial stressors. Sometimes it's the physical stress, right, of eating bad things. Really protecting your adrenal glands is so important when times are really busy. So Powerful is in there. Joyful is in there. What a perfectly named supplement for the holidays, right? Everyone wants to be joyful, but most people tend to feel extra irritable, extra moody under that stress, and they may not have that sense of joy that we want to have through the holidays. So Joyful is a mood support. It's a brain support, so it's great for brain function, mental clarity, but it's also a mood support. So that's in my holiday bundle. And then third is probably the most important one, It's a really good liver gallbladder complex, which supports your digestion. It has digestive enzymes. Whether you have a gallbladder, it needs extra help through the holidays. If you do not have a gallbladder, and if you've never heard me say this, liver gallbladder complex is something you should be on your entire life. Because if you don't have a gallbladder, you have to make sure you're giving back your body the enzymes and the bile that you're missing from not having a gallbladder. So I've added liver gallbladder in there because it helps with digestion. It's going to help break down the foods that you're eating. It's going to help with bloating, and it definitely helps the liver and the gallbladder process any extra inflammation, toxins, things that you might be getting exposed to over the holidays. So those three things combined, I absolutely love. Anytime we're busy, anytime we're stressed, anytime that we're making food choices that might not be perfect, those will really help minimize any flare, any inflammation, any bloating, and be able to keep you energetic with a good, healthy, positive mood, not feeling heavy and bloated from all of that food. That's really the three things that I've paired in the holiday bundle. We're specific to the things that most people deal with through the holiday season. So if you haven't got that yet, it is on discount just for the month of December. Make sure you pick up the holiday bundle. It is a limited time only. It does go away at the end of December. So make sure you're grabbing that bundle at the discount. I'll put the link in here as well. But those are your tools. You're going to make sure you're planning resets. You're going to be taking your holiday bundle, right? If you know that there's more external circumstances, that's the perfect time to add more support through supplementation, right? It's like, okay, I know I'm not my best on my lifestyle choices, so I'm going to make sure I'm protecting with additional supplementation. If you've heard me speak often, you know I'm not a big fan of taking too many supplements all the time. I don't believe someone needs 15 supplements every day just to be a healthy person. But what I do feel like supplements are beautiful for is when you're not doing as much as you need to be doing lifestyle wise, right? If you're not getting as much movement, if you're not eating the proper foods, if you're, going through the holidays, supplements are a great way to make sure you're protecting from not getting additional damage from the decisions and the external factors. So adding those things in busy times is a perfect decision. And for me, the holiday bundle is ideal for everybody for this next month. So go ahead and grab that. Do your reset. And I want you to check back in, come back and tell me if you did the reset, right? I see some people saying you're going to do it. I'm going to hold you accountable for that, right? I want you to come back and tell me you did it. I'm going to check in on my next show and see how many of you actually did it. Try it now, do it again after the holidays. Use the resources that are provided for you. That's how you're actually going to see change, right? You've got to actually do it. You can't just have the document and read through it and not execute it and expect anything to happen. You have to actually make the change. And I fully believe the people who do the reset and add the holiday bundle, you're going to have the smoothest, healthiest holiday season that you've ever had. So I'm providing all of those very simple tools for you guys to use. Please use them. I'll put all the links in here. And then remember to look out for the signups for the January reset. It's going to be awesome. Very just all the tools and resources that we need for all the areas of your healthy lifestyle will be provided for you, and we'll be doing it as a group, which is always really fun. So again, that registration will start kind of mid-December. Keep your eye out for that. And I expect all of you to participate in the January reset. No excuses. So hope you guys are already having a great holiday season. Continue to keep it a healthy holiday season. Do your reset, get your holiday bundle, and I'll check back in with you guys next week.